Have you wondered what it's like to have a baby in lockdown? Well, in today's video, I'm going to share with you my experiences of what it's like having a baby in lockdown here in Guernsey in the Channel Islands. So March last year, my wife Fallon was pregnant, and here in Guernsey in the Channel Islands, we were in lockdown, and it was a bit difficult, and it was really a little bit worrying because we didn't know how it was going to affect having the birth and things like that. So the first thing which we noticed was I wasn't allowed to go to some of the scans, and obviously the scans can be quite nerve-wracking at the best of times. So that was the first thing that impacted me. I couldn't go to some of the scans, so I was left waiting in the hospital car park. I couldn't go to any of the checkups. So you know, like the the checkups where you get the baby measured and they look at the spine and all that sort of thing. I couldn't go to any of that. Now the one I must admit it didn't bother me that much was I couldn't go to any prenatal classes. Now it's funny because I always said I didn't want to go to them, then when actually I couldn't, I wanted to go to them. The other thing my wife was a bit bothered about is she obviously missed out in any of the prenatal yoga classes and things like that. So in that respect, you miss quite a lot, and she quite likes fitness and stuff. So I think that sort of thing which bothered her more than me. Couldn't go to the prenatal classes where you meet other mums and you socialise with other mums, which is quite important. And obviously the big one was when the coronavirus was obviously here in Guernsey. Shopping, as of anywhere, there was massive queues. And of course, my wife couldn't go in because she was heavily pregnant. So she had months and months without going into a shop. And I kept telling her what it was like, and I was like, back in the second lockdown, funny enough, we actually didn't have to wear masks, but I kept coming out the shop and Fallon would wait in the car, and I'll say to her, it's so weird in the shop, you're almost scared to breathe around anyone. So Fallon missed out on all the shopping, which I don't know if she was that bothered about. I was a bit more stressed because I had lists of stuff Fallon gave me, and I didn't even know what half the stuff was on the list. I ended up buying the essentials which I needed. Then when I come out of the shop, Fallon be saying to me, you haven't got this, you haven't got that. And I'll be saying, well, I didn't know what it was. I didn't understand even what I was looking for. So that was quite funny. When Fallon had to go to the checkup at the hospital and I had to wait in the car park, they like sort of rigged up a little like marquee. So before you went in hospital, you had to go in this little tent with a nurse, and I think she took your blood pressure and your temperature. And my wife went in one day, and I think she was obviously a bit stressed out, and they said her heart rate was too high, or her heart pressure was too high, so they wouldn't let her in for a while. They had to sit there for a bit, take it, then she was allowed in. So obviously things like that, it starts planting the seed. Have you got the virus? But in actual fact, it was just a bit of anxiety about going into hospital on her own. And the final one was obviously when Sienna was born. When I went in to visit Fallon and things, I had to have. It wasn't a COVID check, but I had to have my temperature taken when I went in and out of hospital. Then we were allowed one birthing partner, which was obviously me at the time. Then there was no visitors allowed, so obviously my mum and dad and family and friends couldn't come. But having said that, it wasn't the worst situation we could have been in, because when Sienna was born, we were actually out of lockdown, but obviously restrictions, those being very careful. Then obviously we had a period of time where we were out of lockdown completely. Now we're back in lockdown. However, things are getting a lot better. So just wanted to share with you the experience of having a baby during lockdown here in Guernsey and the Channel Islands. I know there's a lot of people in a similar situation and probably worse situations. But as I said, it's definitely an experience, and I hope everyone's keeping safe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Click the screen to watch the next video, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.